This is a really quick intro and overview for the Vintage AutoPress for Adobe Photoshop. So here's the Photoshop document that comes with the set, and also included in the set are 25 different vintage elements in both Illustrator as well as Photoshop formats. So this bonus is also included when you pick up this set, but I'm going to go back to Photoshop here. And here's what the file will look like when you actually open it up, and it has a portrait, landscape, as well as a square format. The dimensions are all listed in the description on the product itself. So all you have to do to make this work is put your artwork in the smart layer on the top here. This is how the artwork looks by default. Just remove this artwork when you put your own artwork in, and all that matters is that it has a transparent background. It doesn't matter what color your artwork is, just make sure it has a transparent background, and simple type and silhouettes tend to work the best. And when you're done, just save and close this smart object window, and it will automatically apply inside this Photoshop document. So if I zoom in really close on the stroke here, you can tell that it has a naturally rough edge to it, and inside the artwork folder there's a stroke folder with a small stroke, which is currently selected, a medium-sized stroke that's a little bit larger, and then a very large stroke as well. So you can kind of pick whatever you think works best for your particular document in terms of the stroke size. There's 3 options in total there, and there's also 20 different vintage textures included in this set, and applying these is literally as easy as turning on or off a layer. So as I go through these different layers here, you can see all the different effects that are applied here. There's a whole bunch of different stylistic options to choose from, so be sure to go through everything if you pick up this set. There's a bunch of really cool stuff. Like this is just a really interesting vintage halftone, and like I said before, there are 20 in total, so this should keep you pretty busy for quite a while. There's a really nice and diverse selection of stuff here, and all these textures were taken from my vintage texture packs of the past, but many of them have been modified and expanded to look better inside this size of document, and I've also cleaned them up a little bit to make sure that when you apply them to your different designs or illustrations, they should all look nice and crisp while still giving that nice soft vintage feel that you've come to expect from these different texture packs. But I'll just quickly go through the last few textures here. As you can tell, there really is a large amount of textures you can pick from here, and if you want to as well, you can just keep the textures off, and then you just have your document with this nice rough edge to it. So even if you don't want the fill to be a texture, you can go ahead and just turn off the texture and then nothing will be applied. But if you do want one of these textures, it's pretty easy to go in there and turn these on or off. As you can tell, it's just like literally a second to click it on or off, and then it's applied. And I'm just going to quickly switch up the color of the artwork here so you can see how easy that is well. So right here, there's an artwork color layer. To change the color of your artwork, just double click on it. Select whatever color you want. I'm going to use a pretty dark gray here. And then at the bottom here, there's a background texture color layer and a background color layer. I'm going to double click on the background color, which will bring up the color picker, make that white. And then I'm going to change the background texture color to something a little bit more tonal to this white, perhaps a really soft gray here. So you can see how easy it is to go in there and do that. I'll make this a little bit lighter here. And also included in the set, inside the background textures folder are 8 different background textures. So I'm just going to turn these on and off so you can see how these look. There's some really cool stuff in here as well. So this should give you a whole bunch of different uses if you want to go in here and turn on and off these different background textures to give your work that little bit of added presentation bonus that a really nice background can do. This is perfect for people looking to take their designs and illustrations to the next level super easily. It's super fast to do this, and I think this is a really cool set to have. So I hope you thought this was pretty cool, and also included in this set are very detailed video instructions. I think it's a really easy set to go in and use, but I'll be sure to go in even more detail and talk about a few different things you can think about when using this inside that additional video instruction set. And there's also an instructional PDF if you prefer to read instead of watch. But that's it for this set. I hope you like it, and if you do, be sure to pick it up on my website or on Creative Market. Your support means a lot. Thank you so much for watching.